Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Your Brain on Tom. I am your host, Tom. Hello. And this is a mostly weekly podcast of me just talking about things. And you're here to listen about things, so it'll be nice. But yeah, so I guess we'll just dive right into this one, because it's been a hot minute where it's been just me talking about anything. And I'm going to start with today, around midnight today, the new Gorillaz album dropped. And not a fan yet. I've only listened to the first half. It's long. It's an hour long. It's pretty crazy. Side note on this, I'm really tired of albums doing that lately for some reason, where they're like, we're releasing the deluxe version, and it's an hour long. Just give me the 40-minute one. That's all I need. Thanks. All right, we're good. If you're going to cut a song, I don't need the song that you ended up cutting. I don't care. Weirdly enough, the Andre 3000 song that they had, fucking gotta be like years now, at least since the fall. It's not on this album. Like, what? That's a great song, right? I don't know where it went. Like, they're just not using it on any album, apparently? I don't know. It must be like a legal thing with Andre 3000 or something. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, the whole album is not great. It's okay. As a fan of the Gorillaz, I'm a fan of the Gorillaz, the 4 of them. And sure, yeah, they're just fucking cartoons, but I really like the 4 of them. I like it when songs incorporate the 4 of them and I can pretend that they're real and it's fun and we're all having fun. They just don't want to do that for some reason. Like with Plastic Beach and now this one, and The Fall was a weird little experimental thing, but they feature on their own songs, it feels like sometimes, where it's like the featured guest does all the choruses and maybe even they just do all of it, and like we just get either all the verses, and then we just get 2D showing up to do, the verse and the chorus, rather. Keep mixing that up. So yes, the guest does the verses, and 2D is doing the chorus, and I don't want that. I want them to do maybe one verse, the guest. And it's like, okay, cool, great, you did it, you're the guest, cool. We're moving back to the 4 that we care about, and a lot of these songs they're just rap beats, and then a rapper shows up and sings it. And I love rap. Fucking Kendrick album right now, fire. It's pretty damn good, fantastic. Fucking I do like Childish Gambino's new album a little bit, but I was going to talk more about Chance's new album, which I have been in love with. But it's just, not new. I think it came out last year, but still, I've recently discovered it. It's new to me, but I just don't like that. It's just like there's no, like, what is Noodle doing in this fictional album? Was she there for like 3 songs? I don't know. I think I counted 2 songs, or just them without a feature. That's crazy, right? Like, I think 3 songs total on Demon Days had like a guest. Like, what the hell? Just give me, and I don't even mind it when they break into the Clint Eastwood has an awesome little rap verse, and it's like in universe with the Ghost and Russell and all that shit. It's cool. I like it. It's fun. And it's just like, nope. We just have people show up and do entire songs. Hallelujah Money is a horrific song. It's terrible. That guy, I don't know who he is. That's the other thing too. A lot of guests in this one, I don't know who they're not really big name people. I mean, I don't follow like music really, really intensely. Like, I don't know every fucking person, but I don't know who these people are. Like, at least in Plastic Beach, it had like, Snoop Dogg was on one of them. You're like, oh, this is fun. But they just don't seem to want to have, I don't know. Like, I get it. They're kind of like an indie British thing, and like, they might bring in other British people and stuff, but I don't know who most of these people, like, I'm not attached to these people. It's annoying. I don't even know what the deal is. It's so disappointed. I'm halfway through. Maybe it gets better at the end, but I would assume the end is a bunch of the bonus songs that they were intending to cut. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm nervous for it to even, continue. So we'll see. I don't know. Just not a huge fan of what it did and what's been doing. And it's just, I want to like the Gorillaz. I really like the first 2 albums a lot. They're a lot of fun. They're really cool. You feel like they're like a real band, even though they're just a bunch of cartoon characters. And hopefully with the show that's coming out, I read somewhere once, I forget where I even saw that news, that they're going to have a cartoon and just do like their universe stuff, do more of that. Because I've always enjoyed that they have little, the music videos show more of the story. And I actually kind of liked how the albums carried the story on, where it was, Russell and Noodle were missing during Plastic Beach, so the album was mostly rap songs and stuff because it was just Murdoch in 2D. So they just did, the bass and vocal stuff and brought in other people, and like that made sense. They weren't going to have a real drummer piece and a guitarist. Those people were missing. That makes sense. And then The Fall was the band was breaking up, and it was just 2D fucking around on like an iPad. Fuck, I think that's actually the in world reason is he had like an iPad mixer set up, and he just made songs. But they just aren't like I don't understand. Like they're supposed to be all four of them are together again, and now we're just doing more Plastic Beach stuff. And it's just I don't like how this is not pushing the narrative. So hopefully this cartoon actually fixes this like weird rap era thing we're doing, because I don't know, it's just not what I want. I want the four of them. I want to listen to the four of them do their thing and be cool and be the four of them. So that's kind of upsetting to me, but some of the songs aren't bad. Like that's not it's all good music. It's just not the Gorillaz, and that's where I'm having this disconnect with this album. But albums that are good that I recently have been listening to a lot is the Kendrick Lamar album, Damn, as it's called. I really liked Humble a lot. I don't even know if I assume other people really like that song. It's really popular. The music here is cool as hell. There's a lot of really cool, like weird lens work and camera work and does all this stuff. It's hard to explain. You kind of have to, it's all very visual music video, and you kind of need to like see what it, because like it's not necessarily completely representative of what he's saying. So but it's fun. But the whole album's pretty cool. He's so talented with what he's doing. Like I've heard that like it's not, he's not for everyone, but like he is, oh boy, he can just fucking do a verse really well. Nails some of that shit. He's fucking fantastic. And I've just been falling in love with Chance the Rapper, which I recently learned is I'm 5 days older than him. That's just so fucking crazy, because this dude's like super successful and off doing things and being a person with his money and his daughter and all that shit, and just like, whoa, he never sold an album. This is crazy. And yeah, we're like alternate universe versions of each other in some weird way, and that's kind of how I viewed that. It's like, whoa, like we could have been, like, had I been born in his situation, would I be him? Probably, I don't know. I don't know if I have the same stuff that he does. Would he be me in my situation? Kind of cool thing, but yeah, it's kind of like weird. But he's just so fucking cool too. It's so happy and having fun. It's just a good time. I like that album's that album's pretty dope. But let us talk about anime. The evils that is anime. No, I fucking love it. I recently saw Your Name, an adorable movie. Just so cute. So delightful. I don't really want to explain much of what happens. It's just like two people switch places in like when they sleep. I'm not gonna go much more into that, but like it is very cute, very fun. Animated beautifully. It has like these little openings, like anime openings in the middle of the movie. It has two of them. And like they kind of double as like montage sequences, but the first one is very, very much feels like an opening of an anime. Yeah, the first one definitely feels like an opening of an anime, which is kind of weird. Like it's just like, why is this a thing? So, but very, very good movie, very well animated. It's from the guy who did 5 centimeters per second, which is very famous within anime and all that shit. So if you've heard of it, go see that one if you can. I don't know. It's the same feel of like that, what do you call it? Kind of slice of life, kind of like somewhat of a thing going on. It's cute. It's less sad, I think. I would say 5 centimeters per second has just kind of an ending where it's like, oh, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I would recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of anime, but a fan of animation, I would say go for it. I saw it in a movie theater, like a normal ass movie theater, not like one of these weird little corner ones where they play like one movie a week or whatever. That we have up here. I had seen it just at a regular movie theater, and I had English options. I saw it in Japanese, which is also weird. That like I had my choice of which fucking dub to watch. That was weird. So yeah, go see that. If you fucking hate reading subtitles or whatever because you're some kind of plebe, yeah, go ahead. Just you can find it if it's out. I actually don't even know if it's still like a thing, but it's fun, cute. If you live in a real city, it's probably still playing. So yeah, I say go see it. In more concerning news with anime, not really that concerning, but the Death Note movie for Netflix, that got announced a while back, and I forgot to talk about it in the first episode because it was actually pretty close to that release of that episode. So I'm a fan of Death Note, big fan. It's good. It's basically like a cat and mouse game, mental cat and mouse game, which is a genre I think I like a lot. You just don't see it that often. It's executed really well. There are definite problems with it. I'll be the first to admit. Once N shows up, not a huge fan. I don't really like the way it went from there, but I feel like that's common amongst Death Note fans. That's just kind of like once N shows up, you're like, it was better before. And I agree. I think that's it's not the best once N's there. And like, but with this movie coming out for Netflix, where they're turning it very American, that's kind of whack. I don't know. It's kind of not very Japanese, but like a lot of the key parts of it make sense for it to be Japanese. Certain things that happen are very Japanese. Like I don't know how they're going to do it, but like in the anime or manga, Light has a reason to be locked in his room for hours because he's studying for entrance exams, which do exist in America to some extent. Like we do have something like that, like the SATs or whatever, for example. But like entrance exams have such a, from what I can tell of Japanese culture at least, it seems like that's more of a piece to their culture. Like, got to be in do your high school entrance exams, and you got to do your college entrance exams. Like it seems to be like a thing where, these months out of the year, you just go home and you study. And I don't feel like that's like a cultural thing over here as much. So I don't know if like stuff like that, Ryuk and the Shinigami in general are very Japanese. I don't know. I was looking at IMDb the other day. They're keeping the Ryuk name. So I don't know if they're just call them Reapers or like, that would make the most sense. Just call them Reaper. American audience would be able to like understand immediately what that means. So I don't know. Willem Dafoe being in that's amazing. That's God bless whoever decided to cast this and was like, hey, I'm gonna do one thing right, and it's this. I want to say his name is still Light. The main, I think it is, and it's Light Turner, I believe, which is weird because that's not really like that's not a name in English, so that's gonna be weird. But like I think they changed some of the names to more American ones, which is weird. I don't know. I think they still call him Kira too, because in one of the promo images they have "Justice for Kira" or something written on a wall. Again, that just seems like a very Japanese thing. I don't know. I'd looked it up once, and I think in Greek it means ruler or something. I'm not entirely sure. I forget exactly what it was, but I had looked it up once a long time ago. Or maybe it was Japanese, it meant ruler. I forget. But like, it's just like, it sounds like I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how the whole thing plays out. Because it's a really cool story, and I actually am curious where they cut it too, because I wonder if they're going to cut it closer to where like the Japanese movie did it, which is okay, it's fine. Like that movie is nothing to write home about, but it's very much the type of thing where it's like if you don't like it, or if you're like this is meh, just watch the anime. We just not watch this one. And for a while, what's on Netflix? The anime. I don't know if it still is. I would imagine just because like they have the license still, so like they could just like that must be how they kind of nailed this. Where it's like we all have the license and to do this. I've never done any of the. I don't know if it's considered an extended universe, but was there a novel prequel book? Or was it a sequel book? There was like a novel that took place at a different time period in the story. I've never done any of that, so I'm not like super into this world, but I would like to see this world shown off well. Another thing that's very Japanese is what's her face? The girls. She's a idol in the anime version, manga version, but that's not really a thing over here. So I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. I think she's a cheerleader. And she was smoking, which is, I don't know, that was a weird choice. It kind of has that Twilight Gray look over everything, which that's what the kids are into, because I don't like it. I don't really get it. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know how it's going to play out. Because it has a very Japanese feel to it. Like, do they have the tennis match? Do they play tennis with each other? Elle also looks weird in person, crouching. And like that was the case, in the Japanese live action movie. Like that doesn't look right, not drawn for some reason. It looks kind of weird. Like the human body doesn't seem like it should do that. I don't even remember why he does that. I feel like there's a reason. I remember he held phones with like 2 fingers to eliminate like fingerprints or something crazy. He had like reasons to do things, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going to place events, how they're going to play them. Whoever like is doing set design and like lighting, cinematography, they're pretty great. They're fucking nailing it. I'm wondering who, I don't remember who the writer is. The director, not a huge fan of. Don't really care about anything he's done. I can't say that's going to be, I've heard some people being like, oh, he did okay in these ones. I don't need okay. Because like a lot of people were saying, I mean, he's a horror director. So like, yeah, he should generally be able to nail a feel to this. And if he just sticks to the source material, he's going to nail it. But a lot of people fucking love Don't Breathe, and that movie's atrocious. Good fucking God damn it. Everyone loves that movie. That has nothing to do with the Death Note production. People's taste in horror seems to be suspect to question, in my opinion. I don't know why people like different parts of that. So, although some of the horror I've been recommended has been pretty good. Like the what was it? The first part of VHS 1. I think that's what it was. The first part of it, the Siren one, or no? What was it called? Siren is the movie they're making from it. I forget what it's called. Night Out or something. It's pretty good. They do the camera, it's all found footage, and they put the camera in the glasses, so it's like a reason for him to not like to still be filming while running away, instead of like, I'm just gonna film, like they do kind of parts of that in Cloverfield where he's like just filming a thing. It's like, what are you doing? I never liked that movie either. I did like the sequel a lot. Not the sequel. I don't know what you call this. Cloverfield or Ken Cloverfield Lane or whatever. I did like that one a lot. That was cool. A lot of questions out of what's going on. I don't know if it's supposed to tie into the first movie. I kind of hope it doesn't, honestly. I kind of would like the Cloverfield like anthology, these little horror stories, these suspense stories, and just kind of what's going to happen. Is it real? Is it not? What's going on? Like, I kind of like that, where like it doesn't seem like they have any kind of through line. I hope if they do a sequel to this again, it's not a direct sequel to Cloverfield Lane, but just another story about other things. And it's like, this is a spooky situation. It's just like a story of spooky situations and like, is there monsters, is there not? What is real, what is not? I think that's cool. Even though I guess in the first one it was pretty blatant, this is what's happening. This is, there's a monster. But in the second one, you'd have no idea. And it's pretty cool. Because you're kind of like, it's cool because they position it well for you to be going like, I trust John Goodman, I don't trust John Goodman, I do, I don't. And you're like, all right, fuck this guy. And then you're like, he's totally lying. It's cool. Like, they film it well enough and show you just enough. You're just kind of left up to wondering. You follow the characters' like line of thinking, line of reasoning rather. And I think it's cool. I think it's a cool way to do that and like structure that. And I would like more very unique stories in this. Like use Cloverfield as a like a Twilight Zone label, basically, where it's like anything can happen within this. It could be nothing, it could be something, it could be something very subtle, it could be something very big and boisterous, like a giant kaiju or whatever, and just kind of, I would like that. I think that'd be really cool. I wish they were doing it with Stranger Things. Even though I love everyone who was in that, I think everyone was fantastic. They had some of the best child actors I've ever seen. I just kind of wish it was a unique story for season 2, and then, they would always do a different tale, maybe not even within the same, like, mythos, with the upside down and all that. Maybe they just drop that, write a new thing, do a new thing with new people, whatever. Or maybe they do, I've never seen American Horror Story, but I've heard that they keep the same cast, but change the story, and I think that's really cool. And I would like them to do, like, that would be a cool idea, to do something like that, where you just move from tale to tale and do different things, and you whatever. And then, but, like, I kind of wish they were doing that with Stranger Things. Even though I do enjoy everyone, I would like to know a little bit more. I would hope that they would just, change things up and do different stuff. So maybe they'll do it eventually, but because maybe there's probably definitely some room to answer questions in this one. Even though I do occasionally like watching something where they just kind of leave it open. You're like, all right, that's kind of neat. Like, I don't know what could be happening, and it leaves fan theories and stuff. And I don't like it when something doesn't finish, like Twin Peaks, where it's not really done. Thank God it's actually coming back, but I do like that, you're kind of like, I don't know what happened, so I just, as if it had finished, it'd be a little bit better, but that's always so depressing when something just doesn't finish, like fucking Firefly, it just ends. And like the fucking Deadpool teaser has a bunch of Firefly posters in the background. Are you teasing for that too, please? Like, what are you doing with that license, Fox? What are you doing? Because I would like more, please. So, I mean, you're fucking teasing Cable. There was this fucking Nathan Summers name written on the phone booth. Like, he's coming out. That's going to be a thing. Can we get more Firefly? Can we please? Actually, I don't even know who of that cast is still a thing. Well, yeah, I guess we could do that. Actually, yeah, most didn't even look like they did back then. That wasn't that long ago. Was it that long? It might have actually been super long. Now I'm thinking about it. Whatever. That show's cool. You should watch that show. Yeah, but let's see. What else is there? Video games, of course. My favorite thing. I have still been working towards Persona 5. Not a ton of time. Been kind of busy doing other things. I've randomly become an editor within the last week. I don't know how that happened. But now I'm doing a bunch of editing jobs, which is fun as fuck. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. I edited a little bit in college for like a film class, and I just kind of helped out do framing and different ideas on filming and stuff like that. And then I helped edit half the projects, and it was a lot of fun. I remember enjoying that back then, and now I'm doing it again. I did one for Nick, friend of the show. He did a little wrestling thing, CCWL wrestling. Guess you could look that up. That video will be of me editing it. It was fun. It's fun to edit, just fix things, change stuff up, trying to keep a continuity or something like that. But I'm gonna be doing another thing probably tonight, maybe. But so I've been busy, just kind of fucking around. But I have been playing Persona 5, and I did the third dungeon. I think just like in one sitting. I did like all of June, just fucking kicked through it. Pretty cool. The character you get in the third dungeon, I love her. I love her so much. She's great. The Persona's pretty cool. It's a great game. Just has not stopped. Atlas has actually, I just read an article last night of them changing the streaming thing because people were so mad about streaming past 7/7, I think it was, which I passed. It's not clear why that day was picked. Like around that time things started happening, but that day in particular, I'm not sure why they picked it. I'm past that, I guess, so it's whatever, but they moved it to, I think it was November 19th. And that's apparently when the third act, or the final act, they didn't say which act, but the final act picks up around then, which makes sense. That's when other Persona games have they begin to amp up and ramp up and do a thing. The big thing's about to happen, or whatever, time delays or whatever it is. Because even though you're there for a year, you don't really get to play 12 months. So, we'll see what happens. I'll be curious to see what happens around then. Like I said, that's generally when things happen. Although I have heard that I believe it was November 20th, 25th, something like that. Somewhere in that area is like the start of your biggest like free time span. So you just kind of can do whatever you want. Like that's why I've heard people recommend you do like the read all the books trophy or or play all the video games trophy, because you just go home and play video games, go home, read a book, whatever. You just do it over and over and over again until you complete it. But so I guess that makes sense that would be like, the big change or whatever. But it's fun. It's so good. It's just like relaxing and good, and hits all the major parts that I love in gaming. Just, collecting monsters. All I have, speaking of collecting monsters, as a complete tangent in another direction, I, to those of you who know me, huge Pokemon fan. Those of you who don't, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Have been literally my entire life. Well, that's not true. The first 5 years of my life, it wasn't a thing. Now it is. So from then on, it's like, I want to say it was like my 5th birthday, maybe my 6th birthday, but I got my Game Boy and my fucking Pokemon Red, and then never stopped. It's great, good fun. I'm really, really hoping, please, Game Freak, don't let me down. Give me Gen 4 remake. People don't like that, apparently. Those people can go fuck themselves. That game's awesome. Oh my god, that was the game I learned about competitive. Did that for fucking years. The first year since Pearl came out. So 2007? I have not played competitive. So, wow, have I been playing? No, that's crazy. I did not play competitive for 10 years. Whatever. Still. Whenever Pearl came out, I don't remember when that is. I'm not going to look it up. So from then on, I learned about how competitive works, played competitively. Great fun. Until Sun and Moon. I don't like Sun and Moon. It's, they just try to change too much, and I know a lot of people are like, but it's Pokemon. It's always the same. They did it right. They did it so right. Oh my god. I love the normal system. Just the way everything, like, just go get your badges, hang out with your Pokemon, win the game, go do other things. I don't need story. They don't have the writing staff for it. I don't care. They change so many stupid little things. I hate that game. Not a fan. Don't like the new Pokemon designs at all, but Persona hits that itch, which is nice, because I always love just collecting monsters. I don't know what it is. I played a bunch of Digimon Cyber Sleuth for the same purpose. So I was like, well, I just need to this game ain't gonna do it, so I'll play this one instead. And that game's great. And I fucking stopped playing it to play Final Fantasy 13. What a mistake. But I would like to get back to it and attempt that one, because it's cool. I don't want to play the new one. The Digimon World series, Digimon World 1 is like my Everest, I guess, in gaming and life. It is so hard and so cryptic and so weird. Like how things work, how events trigger, how you get certain Digimon to join your city, what it is that makes a Digimon stay alive, and when it dies, what happens, and oh my god, so hard. Like, I don't know anyone who's beaten that game legitimately. It's crazy. I don't know people who've beaten that game. Honestly, I know people who've gotten very close, but they don't know how to do everything. And so the Digimon World Series is just too hard. It's just too much for me. I don't know what it is either, because it's not like a bad game. Like, the combat's weird. Like, I don't know how... It's been probably easily 15 years since I put it in. Occasionally, when I was younger, I would try again. I might try again now that I'm like actually an adult. I might try it and like see if I can actually make it, like actually try to like figure out what the systems mean and beat the game or whatever. But the way the battles work in that one is like you just kind of tell your Digimon to like do it. Like, I think it's literally what the command is, like, you got this or something. And that's all you have. There's a way to trigger it so you can actually tell them which moves to use, but otherwise they just do it. You just kind of sit there and cheer. I don't understand. I don't even know how you get certain Digimon in that game. There's like a scolding system and like a praise system, and I think that affects how they Digivolve, and then there's stats you can go train, and like, I don't understand. I don't know what the thresholds are. I think time of day might play into it. It's insane. It's like, I think it might even have something to do with where you're standing at the time of their Digivolve. I don't understand. And so I've always been afraid of Digimon World Series because it's just so intense. And so the new one came out and I was thinking about getting it, but I was like, I just can't even, I gotta beat the first one. And then go and find out the main character of the first one is in the new one as some mysterious character. It's fucking crazy. I didn't know they had continuity. That's awesome. If you care and can actually understand what the fuck's going on in a Digimon World game. Because holy shit, Digimon World 3, not necessarily related to the first one that I could tell. That one's closer to Pokemon actually, because I had like gyms, I think. I've never gotten to the first objective. That's like trapped in an MMO kind of bullshit, do things with your little monsters, fight some stuff. The ones they added in that one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, not a huge Digimon encyclopedia like I would be with Pokemon, but I believe the 3 main ones, when you start, you pick 3 teams of 3, and I think the head guy of each one, the bear, the kendo dude, who might also be a bear, and the monkey, I think were added exclusively to that game. I don't think they've ever shown up in other things, but they're very cool designs, and I like them a lot. And then they are paired with, Patamon or whatever. So they had like a thing, two you recognize in like a third new one. Really cool designs in the third, in Digimon World 3. But again, that game actually is closer to being like direct commands. A little easier in combat, and there's like character switching and stuff like that. I don't remember if you could switch out the 3, if you had to stick with them. I'm almost certain you could switch out any of the 3. I think there was an egg place that you could go and you could create eggs and hatch them and change your party up and stuff. So if you wanted, you could have certain things. And the opening cutscene, who did it have? Fucking, what is his name? The guy who rode the motorcycle, I should remember, because I literally got him in Cyber Sleuth before I stopped playing. I forget, but like it had one of the fusions too in the opening cutscene. I forget specifically who. So like you could probably get really fucking cool Digimon if you just could get past the first scene. I'm so confusing with that game. So I've literally never probably gotten past what would be like the 10-hour mark. I obviously play way more than 10 hours, but like the actual like 10-hour mark, like checkpoint, like you should be here by 10 hours. I just walk into things and things happen in Digimon World 1. Like the last time I played, I got a penguin and I had to beat him in curling. And then once I beat him in curling, he joined my town. I don't know. The whole objective of the game is to complete the town that you start in. And like everyone ran away because of viruses or some shit, and you gotta pull them all back and be like, oh, it's cool. Everything's cool over here. And then they open like shops and they train your Digimon to do different things. Well, yeah, so you just kind of find a random Digimon out in the world, and like you have to still fight some of them. And I don't know how to get to certain areas, and there's certain like there's like Toy Town, which I vaguely remember how to get to, and then there was like a city area you could go to, and I don't know. That game's so crazy and so complicated, but I think I might actually sit down and try to learn that one. I actually was just looking up today and considering heavily to fall down the Armored Core rabbit hole, which is the made from Software, the guys who do Dark Souls, of which I do not like that much. I don't like the Dark Souls games that much, but I do like Bloodborne. That was the only one I really liked. But I don't even know how they play the Armored Core games. But there's 15 of them, and I was looking today on Amazon. They are so cheap right now. You could probably get at least half for under $60, I think. The second one, Armored Core 2, went for $70 because it's like a weird PS2 game that never got a re-release, and it's in that weird spot of retro gaming where like it never came out again, so like it's just rarer the longer it goes on. So that's like the only really expensive one that I could see. Like you probably some of those games were going for like $1. I mean, that was just disc. You couldn't get like the box or whatever. And I try to get the box. Like I have the whole Sly Cooper series, but it's all in like sleeves because when GameStop used to sell PS2 games in just crates, you just like rummage through like a box, and you're just like, okay, oh hey, look, this game. So I have like a whole series, but like I can't display them properly because like I don't sell the boxes. And then I've walked into other stores and be like, hey, can I just buy the box? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, weirdo? So that always sucks. But I might go and look for the Armored Core games. I don't think I'll play them anytime soon, but I would like to try that series. Is it like I don't know what it is. It just seems kind of neat. Like I've heard of it. I remember once I was walking through campus at college, and like these two kids randomly started talking about Armored Core. I'm like, that's weird. I didn't know anyone actually cared about that series. So there's a small fan base out there, and I'd like to give it a shot and just see what it's like. So I might just buy like the first one for like $2 or something, in case and everything. So what was I talking about? Digimon, I think. Regardless. Yeah. So I do enjoy. I was just collecting things, right? So I just went on a rant about collecting things. But yeah, Persona kind of does that. It's nice. I've never completed a compendium. Probably won't do that for this one because fuck me. That's hard. It's really hard. I do as best I can. There's just so fucking many Personas, and they all have different ways of being made, and da-da-da-da. And I think some of them can only be done through New Game Plus, maybe. I'm not even sure about that, but I think that might be the case. So, I don't know. We'll see if I actually go through the completing of it. I would like to complete the Pokédex in Pokemon, because I'm very close. Like, all I need is the new guys, and then I'd have, again, a full Pokédex. So I have every single Pokemon, except for a couple of the new ones that I have to, like, either breed or evolve or something like that. I'm, like, in that stage where it's just like, I caught the ones that are available, and all I gotta do is piece together the last bits and the starters. I have to go get the starters, but I just don't like Sun and Moon at all. I just can't bring myself to do it. So hopefully if Stars is real and comes out, I'll just do it there, because I'm just not feeling this game. I don't know what it is. I was kind of excited-ish when I was playing it, but they kept doing small things like a 3-hour tutorial or fucking just even the smallest thing, like hitting A to open a door. It was just like, ugh. Take my thumb off B and open the door. It's so annoying. So I guess I could switch or put A to L, but whatever. I think I actually did that, but still. The other thing I've been playing a fuck ton of, like too much, to the point of I need to stop, is I pretty much have caught up, is the Kingdom Hearts phone game, Unchained Key, now Union Cross, which sounds like a sequel, but it's just the same fucking game with a new feature, which is a cool feature. It's a live multiplayer, so you enter a lobby, and you go and fight a boss with, I want to say like 7 or 8 people, something like that. Maybe it's only 6, I don't know. But it's a cool feature. That game's just fun for parts of it, like upgrading your stuff and trying to get stronger medals and do all this shit and be stronger and hit more whatever. That kind of gets fun. It's a little bit of that grind, but it's a mobile game, so it's kind of like on a daily clock. Although right now they have a 0 cost feature, so you can kind of just do everything forever as long as you have the fucking brain power to sit through some of these most mind-numbing missions. The story is my god, the story of this game is so important to the Kingdom Hearts story. And I mentioned briefly in the Final Fantasy bonus episode that I just did. That I like Final Fantasy story a lot. Kingdom Hearts story a lot. It means a lot to me. I enjoy trying to decipher the bullshit that is thrown at our faces every time a new game comes out, or just looking at it and being like, what's the implication of that then? 3D being probably the worst offender of this, where it's just like the last 2 hours is just fucking slinging full, just endless amounts of lore where like things are like just, oh my god, retcon, just more nonsense and just blah blah, literally turning into a nightmare. Like, oh good lord, just crazy. It just gets out of hand way too fast, but it's fun just to keep up and trying to figure it out, and then talking to friends and be like, what the fuck does this mean? And they're like, I don't fucking know. It's good times. But the phone game has a lot of important lore. It's the prehistory of the Kingdom Hearts universe. Things that happen in this, set into motion, the big grand things that are probably all gonna, if I had to guess, everything's gonna, and pray to fucking God no can write this. Tile these loose ends in 3. We see what the fuck's his name? Lucio? No, Lucio. Luxo, I think? Luxu, maybe? This mystery guy. Don't know who he is. He just fucking has a box. He has a box with shit in it. We don't even know what the box is. The box has 13 locks on it or something. That's a big number in Kingdom Hearts. For reasons I'm not going to get into right now, because holy fuck me. The fucking Master of Masters, who the fuck is this guy? Is he dead? Is he not? Who the fuck knows? Did he time travel? That's totally possible. We've seen it about 1,000 times at this point. In the Japanese version, we know that Ventus shows up. Ventus. From Birth by Sleep. A game that takes place 100 years after this one? Who the fuck is this kid? What is his deal? What's happening? Who are the dandelions? All this shit. And you spend 90 or to 80 to 90% of this fucking story, this fucking story mode on this phone. All of these things I have questions on, I want answers, I just want them introduced. Ventus has not shown up in the North American version because you just do constant bullshit fucking side quests. Hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of side quests that are irrelevant to everything. The things you're doing in these side quests do not even have a meaning. They have no effect at all on any of the worlds you're going to because they're all fake hologram worlds that the fucking Book of Prophecies is making for you to see. I am so confused. And I think there's a part of it maybe somewhere that all of that's in one world anyway, in some way or another. I don't know. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy show up, but that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I don't know how any of this fucking works because it doesn't tell you, because you just spend so many quests just chasing Abu through a desert for 50 quests, or going to fucking after quest 600 they are now implying that the next thing I'm going to do is help Cinderella make a dress. Motherfucker, there is so much we need to know and so much we need to do. I'm not gonna go do this, but I'm going to do this because every time you do anything story related, like when they fucking chase after some foretellers, or you watch foretellers fight on fucking rooftops, it's fucking metal as hell. And that was really loud, and I just fucking knocked some shit around. But fuck me, it's so cool. So cool. And I just want to know more about the foretellers, what their fucking deal is, and oh my god, so cool. But they just fill it with fluff, and it's just getting insane now. Obviously, it's a free-to-play game, so who the fuck cares if they fill it with fluff? All I gotta do is turn it on and do a couple things when I'm fucking taking a shit or at work or something. I just want it. I just want the story. I kind of wish they would just have the story be the story, because I'll be honest, if I went through this game, and I kind of want to do this once, at least up to the Keyblade Wars hit, and that has not happened yet. 600 quests. The imminent Keyblade War that's destined to happen. They reference it in the beginning of the movie on 2.8, the fucking PS4 game. It's in the opening thing where they show clips from the actual phone game. The Keyblade War, your character dying, all that shit fucking happens. We see it. But I don't know. What the fuck is that? Why is that there? I don't remember if the text was in Japanese. It may have been, which might explain things. But, what the hell? I just want to know. What's going on there? Does my character actually die? That makes sense. There shouldn't be Keyblade wielders. But then it doesn't make any sense with, what are the Dandelions even doing? I don't even know. And, there's another organization, I think. I don't know. Because, it's with Ventus and I think Ephemera, the dude there, he survives in Scold. I think she survives too, or the war or something. Or they are not in the war and they're off something else and they have things that happen. I don't know. There's a bunch of people. I think there's 5 of them or something. But, I just need... wait a minute. Is they not the foretellers? Are they in some weird time travel thing? I'm not getting into lore right now. It's too complicated. But, yeah, I just want more of it to be I wish they would take this crap where you just run around being an idiot, just doing shit, and put it in another fucking category on the menu. So I can just, if I want to just do side quests and get stuff and do whatever, titles or equipment, or not equipment, but equipment sometimes and fucking materials or whatever, do that. But then keep the story to the story and let's just do it in one piece. And Square Enix, you hurt me. Square Enix. You cut deep. No, but it's fun. I just need Kingdom Hearts in my life. I just need it. I love it so much. I was watching a video today on the fucking PS4 release. So beautiful. Oh god, it looks so good. I have it sitting right there, but I couldn't finish Persona 5 because I'll never get back to it because it's so long. That'd be the 9th time I've played Kingdom Hearts 2. Such a good game. Oh my god. All of them are really good, except for Chain of Memories. Fuck that game. I'm just not a fan of cards, to be honest. It's just, I don't know. I've never enjoyed card games like Hearthstone, stuff like that. It's just, fuck this. Even though apparently Hearthstone's bad, I don't know. From my card-playing friends, they say no. And I say sure, because I don't fucking know. I just want it to be good. But I'll probably play Chain of Memories all the way through. Birth by Sleep's okay. It's just too fucking long with the 3 storylines, but whatever. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, that's just so good. So fun. Oh my god. But I think this ought to be a quick little short one. Not too crazy long, because I think that's good for now. Talked for a pretty decent amount of time. Didn't do much, been just busy trying to get certain things out, do all that stuff, so. And now that I'm a big fancy editor man, I have to do stuff like that. And I actually do want to work on this other one soon. Get that out of the way. And get more Persona on. Do more of that. So that'll be good. That'll be good. But I guess we'll end it here. This episode of Your Brain on Tom. Kind of a quick one. Get in and out. Not kill you or anything like that. Fucking good lord. Could rant about Kingdom Hearts forever. But I don't want to get too into it. Because, I do need to go back and look at the whole thing. I want to, almost like a, not dissertation, not even a thesis either, but just like a research paper. Like, if you were in a history class, and they were like, do World War I, and you would just do, the history of World War I. I want to do that for Kingdom Hearts. Where, what's the lore? Why is things happen the way they happen? I'm at the moment with this phone game being, the prehistory, but also, cryptic as hell, and nothing's being answered. I don't know how much of that I want to do yet, and, all this stuff, so. Because I could, read stuff from other, the Japanese version, I believe, is further. And I could read, actually, I think the Japanese version of Unchained Key, which is just Unchained, I think, or Key, maybe. Just Kingdom Hearts Key is over. And they ended it, and I don't know if they started Union Cross as a different thing or something like that, but I would like to do, I could find out some of the information, but sometimes the Kingdom Hearts fucking wikis and stuff, they're a nightmare because it's fan around, and Kingdom Hearts fans aren't always the best. Myself as a perfect example. I get a lot of this stuff wrong because it's really confusing. It's really hard to keep up with what's happening and why things are happening in certain ways. So it's kind of it's just oh my goodness gracious, what a series. All right, but yeah, so that'll be the end of episode 4. That's what we're on. Try to get someone in here for next week. Maybe do Mike again if he's available. But other than that, I think this will be a good old fashioned end here. So hope you enjoyed yourself, and love and kisses.